right, guys, it's Saturday, so that means we're doing chores around the farm. So today's project is this dirt. So we're finally getting started on the driveway project here. It's kind of been slow coming just because we've been busy, other things to do, but you guys will see more of this probably over the next couple of weeks, especially now that it's fall, or starting to get fall, a little cooler out here. It's just been super hot, and it's never fun to be out here working it around this place when it's super hot. So but basically we had some dirt delivered. My triaxle guy that does my triaxle deliveries brought us 5 loads of dirt, so I got 2 here, and then we'll walk over here, show you this real quick. So we got 3 more loads put in over here. Earlier, back in like the late spring, early summer, I brought 4 loads over here in my dump truck just to kind of get us through the summer rains, to fill in this little area right here. But basically what happens is when we get a lot of rain, this whole area right here and then out into the field and then down the road there just a little bit, all of this just fills in with water and becomes a big pond out here. If you guys saw my video when I tilled all this up with the farm tractor over there, this was kind of where it all flooded really bad. So we're gonna try to take this dirt, fill in right here, go down the road a little bit, fill that in, and then try to fill in the yard here, because that water starts creeping this way, it piles up in here. So we're trying to get to the elevation of about that's in between those 2 oaks right there, to kind of fill this in and bring this up, because it all just kind of comes down into a big bowl here. So that's the goal. So I got 3 loads over here. I don't know if 3 loads is going to do it. It's probably going to need more, but this is kind of what we're starting with, and see how far that takes us. So same thing for over here. Pretty much the same thing happens right here along this here. This is sort of like the roundabout for the driveway. It comes around and goes out, and the water comes from the field out there and kind of drains this way and goes back into there. So I had 2 loads put over here. I don't know if 2 loads is going to be enough, but what happened was they brought me this load here first, and I was here when the driver got here. I took one look at this and I said, don't bring me any more of this crap. It is just full of roots, lots of pine roots. It's not clean at all. There's some big roots in here too. That's probably a whole stump right in there. So it's just not very clean. It's full of junk. You can see the difference of this good clean white sand that we've got here. This is what I'm looking for right here, to make the base for the driveway, to kind of fill all this in. So I'm gonna have to sift through this with the mini. I'm gonna sift it as best I can, get as many of these big roots out, and get all that piled up right there. Take this dirt, I'm gonna transfer it right here after I sift it, pile it up there, and then I'm gonna take the skid steer, put the bucket on, and it's gonna go over there into the corner of the field, because it's kind of like a blacker, darker dirt. I think it would work better in the field. And then I'll push the white sand down in through here. This will probably need 2 more loads in here to get all this done. So this was supposed to be that sand, so 2 loads would have been close to getting it done, but this is going to have to go over there in the edge of the field. So I was going to need some there anyway, but now I'm going to have to transfer it. So anyway, let's hop in the machine and try to get this sifted out, get as much of the roots and junk out of it as we can, and then I'm gonna hop in the skid steer and start grading. And as you guys know, I am not God's gift to grading in a skid steer. So I was actually watching one of Dirt Perfect's videos the other day, and he was talking about when Brandon from Elite Earthworks came and showed him some tips and tricks with the skid steer, and I was like, that's what I need. Where's that guy when you need him? I need to get him over here for a weekend and have him do some dirt work for me. So anyway, let's get this sifted and get it moved. Alright guys, as you'll notice, I'm not really taking, for most of these buckets, I'm not really taking a full scoop out of this. I'm just trying to go through it nice and slow, make sure I get as fine and get as much of the roots out of there as possible. The other thing is the thumb on this Kubota doesn't have the best design for doing this particular job. It's a very narrow thumb, so getting some of these smaller roots out with just the very kind of tip of that thing proved to be a little bit of a challenge. And I'm still a little bit backwards on the thumb. On my old John Deere 35D, the thumb controls were set up backwards than compared to this one. So I'm still a little bit used to running it backwards. So you'll kind of see me sometimes open the thumb when I need to close it when I need to open it. So still kind of getting back used to the way it should be. So but we're going to go through this kind of slow, and I'm just going to try to move it around and go through it, try to get as much out as possible. I found a lot of roots in this. You'll see that at the end. So stay tuned. All right, guys, you guys can get an idea of what I'm talking about here with all this stuff. There was a couple of actual stumps in here. That's a part of one there. Here's the other one. It's right there. That there's another one big. Yeah, there's a big one down here on the bottom. I can't even lift it, but it's right there. Oh, come out of there. I can't even lift it. It's so big. That's a whole stump right there. All this is pine. That's a whole stump right there too. You can see there's the top. There's all the taproot going down. So you can't grade that. If I'd have tried to grade that through here with the bucket, I'd have been picking this stuff out for an hour, and it'd have been streaking. And I left a little bit of it here. This part of it's fairly clean, so I'll mix it in with that white stuff and grade it in, give me a little extra dirt through here. So that'll be fine. It's all getting covered with gravel anyway, but I couldn't grade that, so it's just a mess. There's still some stuff left in this. There's a piece right there. Get that out of there. But this is going to go over into the field, and I'll just take it over there, and it'll get used up in there, and that should be fine. So let's hop in the skid steer. We'll throw the bucket on and start transferring this over there, and then we'll get into trying to grade these piles. I really wish they would have, I thought I told the guy to put pile, kind of put that over here on the grass, but oh well, we don't have much grass here to speak of, so I'll make it work, no worries. All right, let's get to it. All right, guys, day two. Got that dirt transferred over here. It's not near enough to fill in this little low spot. There's still a low spot there, but it's a start. Be a nice base. I'm going to try to do the rest of this over here in the field part with topsoil. If I put this inert sand over in there, nothing will ever grow. So, but that stuff seemed pretty dark. I think it's probably got a good bit of nutrient in it, being as much of the roots and stuff that it had in it. So, but the rest of this probably need 2 or 3 loads of topsoil in here, and we'll just disc it and box till it all up later this fall and get it leveled out and get it all tilled up. So so we're gonna get started on this, try to grade this. I'm gonna try to push this dirt into here, about up to where those oaks start there, this way a little bit around this tree here, level this out here, and then try to push this through here and then go up the road a good ways there, because all that floods right there. So that's what we're gonna do, see what happens.
Perfect.
right, guys, there it is. Got everything rolled down. I didn't blade it off. I just took the tracks, ran everything down really good. It doesn't really need to be bladed off because even if it gets rained on, this sand is so porous, the water wouldn't run off of it anyway. It's just going to go right down into it. So no need to really blade it off. And after it gets rained on a couple of times anyway, all these track marks will go away. I did the same thing to the base that was underneath here, those original 4 loads I put in. And after a couple of rains, you couldn't even tell I'd even been on it with the skid steer. The tracks just completely disappeared. So, but this was really clean. I think I found like 2 or 3 roots in those big 3 piles compared to all the ones I found in that other darker pile. So there was one of them right there. At least they were nice and big, easy to just grab and get out. And so yeah, that worked out really well. Still gonna need more dirt. You guys can see how far up we've had to come here, where it's low still, right through here. Still a little low here. Still a lot low down through there. I've still got to build this road up. This is the road through there will probably take another 2 loads, I'm guessing, to feather that out to the corner down there. It still goes down a good bit, which is fine, but it's still gonna have to come up right there where it ends during a good rain, because I park my truck and my equipment over here sometimes, and I'll have to walk out here in muck boots just to get to the truck. I mean, it'll be 6 inches deep in water right here. So I'll bring in some more dirt. We'll feather this out a little bit, but the main road through here will be a little filled in. The field here still got to come way up. You can see the difference here. That's probably 6 inches at least. So this is probably going to still hold water, but at least I've got it up enough to where it's not going to come out into the yard here. It'll at least stay in the field, because when it gets really bad, it's all the way up in here. So now that won't really be the case. So that'll work. That'll probably need to bring that up through there, maybe four loads of topsoil, put in there and grind it up in there, till it up. So that's still low there, which I'm not really too worried about that. This is still low in here. This is gonna need some more dirt through here, and then out through basically kind of right there, and then to like right there. So maybe another 2 loads might do it. I'm not sure. Be close. Eventually what we're going to do is, once we get this base built up with this sand, we'll bring in topsoil this off, and this will all be grass and yard. So that's the main goal. So there it is. I still got that one little load over there to do, but I'm not going to film that. My SD card is about out. But this was a pretty good grading project. I like doing these grading projects around here with the skid steer, because it gives me a good chance to learn. I can't really screw anything up, you know, it's just for the house. So gives me a good chance to really get some time in on that thing doing some grade work, because I'm not the best at it. So I'm getting better the more I do it, but pretty good. It's looking good. So this should end up working out pretty good. We'll probably do the topsoil maybe in the winter when we get all this feathered out and get it done, and then we'll topsoil it and then do sod, probably sod, maybe seed, but sod would be the easier thing, but we'll see. That'll be up to Kelly. Anyway, hope you guys are having a great weekend, great Labor Day weekend. I'll probably be out here doing some stuff tomorrow, and football next weekend. I'm excited, even though there probably won't be any fans in the stands. That'll be kind of weird, but at least we'll get to football. So I got another project coming up next weekend. I'm gonna be going down near Charleston doing a project for a good friend of mine down there, so stay tuned for that, guys. We're gonna be working in the backyard with the Mini, so stay tuned for that. And anyway, hope you guys are enjoying your Labor Day weekend. Don't work too hard, and I'll catch you guys later.